Hi, everyone. It's Bev DeBono, and I am excited to share with you This Life Simple Page Kit number 7, and also to give you a variation or to give you the measurements so that you can use it as a sketch to make different pages. So Creative Memories started page kits in the beginning of 2024, and they are self-contained little kits that come with 3 pieces of paper, a strip of stickers, and if you get a subscription series from your advisor, usually you get this nice advisor exclusive that has some beautiful additions for it. 2 of the papers are background papers, and one of the papers is a cutaway paper that has guides on it as to how you can cut the papers. Okay, and so the bases for some of these are already pre-done. So that's what I'm going to be giving you the measurements for so that you can use Page Kit 7 over and over again. All right, so I want to show you, this is the directions that come with Page Kit 7. And these are the measurements that I will be giving you as we go along with this. And I just want to show you a really quick variation. So this is actually Page Kit 7. And here is the variation using the exact same measurements for these pieces and the banner and the jumbo circle. So pretty cool, huh? They're really a lot of fun. And Creative Memories will be continuing these page kits into next year. So I'm first going to start with the page kit itself. And then when I'm done, then I will do it again with the variation. So here we go, Page Kit 7. These are the 2 base pages. So if you're going to be doing your page, you need base pages and you need coordinating papers to do your strips, your banners, and your circle. Okay, and they've already done all the measurements for us on the back here, and this is how we are going to cut the paper that's already pre-designed for the 3rd sheet. All right, so we're just going to put our paper right on our cut lines, and we're going to cut between 1 and 2 first. So right on the cut lines of your trimmer. Now, if you're not sure where your cut lines are, okay, the Creative Memories trimmer has a little guide, and I use my multi-purpose tool. It's nestled under the blue hump. It's nestled under the blue hump here, and it's a little plastic guide that has a little black line on it. And when you take that guide out and you slide it up and down, you can see exactly where your blade is going to be cutting. And there's also one on the bottom, and you can just unnestle it from the bottom bump, and with that little plastic guide that slides up and down. Okay, so I'm going to put that line on my cut guide, and I'm just going to double check to make sure that I have it on my plastic guide, that it's cutting right in that line, and it is. Okay, and I'm going to slide it again, and the next cuts are going to be 3 and 4. So these are the mats that we're cutting right now, and those mats measure 4 by 6. All right, and then I'm putting the 2 of these together. I'm putting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 on top of each other, putting it to the side, putting it on the middle cut line. See, and now we have our mats. 2 blue and 2 red is what they've already given us. And now in our piece here, we have pieces 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I'm going to put now 5 through the cut line, 6 at the cut line, 7 at the cut line, and here is number 8, which is a 5th mat. So when I did the variation, I only used 4 mats. And now to make our banner, what we want to do is take pieces 5, 6, and 7, and with your micro tip scissor, you want to just cut into those lines that are right there from corner to corner, and that is going to make the top left banner. We're going to do that for all 3 pieces. And then we're going to assemble. This is very, very quick. Just move my debris. Okay, we're ready to assemble. How fast is that? So I'm going to put my mats right on my pre-design page. I'm going to then also layer the mats on the page on the right. And before I do anything, I want to add a little bit of color right down here where the bottom strip and the top and the upper strip meets. Now, if you are going to be doing this on your own, the strips at the bottom measure 1 inch. Yes, 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to tape these down just as they are. Just flip these all over so I can put tape on them at one time. Okay, so this right-hand side, and I'm really following their suggestion as to how to put this together. I'm actually copying the instruction sheet. And you see how fast this is going to come together. And that's why these are simple kits. You can do 2 pages a month. Every month they come out with a 2-page kit. And at the end of the year, you will have 24 pages done if you have all 12 kits. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a sticker. So you want a coordinating sticker. This one comes with the little stars. And I'm going to put a sticker strip in between that bottom 1 inch strip and that upper, the next strip is a 4-inch strip. And that just creates a nice block of color. You see how fast these come together. These are really like 5-minute pages. Okay, now for the banner up at the top. What's happened here is we have banners that are all the same size. But we know that when we make a banner, we don't want them all the same size. We want some longer and some shorter, especially if it's going up in that top edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the first banner and I'm going to let the first banner be the size that the original size, which is about 4 inches. Okay, and I'm going to tape that down. And probably at about the 1 inch mark. So you see the banner is going to line up pretty much with the line that's on the mat there. All right, and then the next 2 banners, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to overlap them. And so I'm going to have it run off the top of the paper for this. No worries, because we will just trim those off. Okay, so the blue banner went first, red goes next, and then the little blue stars. So you see, we're just kind of using what they gave us, just like that, and creating the banner that overlaps. And I'm going to just flip it over, and I'm going to just trim off the excess that's going over my base page. How fast is that? Okay, and now we're just ready to decorate. Let's do the right page first. I'm going to use some of these little exclusives here because these have some glitter on them. Is that fun? So I'm going to pop this up. Light up the night. I'm going to pop this up with some blue, some red, all the fireworks here. And then another piece of red behind there. See how fast that's coming together. And then this banner flag is going to go just on the bottom. I may just cut off a little bit because it's extending a little too far. So I'm just going to clip off one little banner. Okay, and then just a couple more little goodies. And it's so fast. And then we have these little glitters that can go all around. I'll put another little glitter in the base there. Okay, so it's a fun and fast page. This one's done. And now to do the other side, I'm just going to take the word celebrate. And when I look at the word celebrate up there, I say, oh, maybe I just need to add a pop of color to it. So I'm just going to take a little scrap. You can use any blue, any red. I'm just going to just put it on my, just to give it a little color. Just put it on my, there we go. And I think I'm going to pop this up with some foam. So I'm going to use the foam tape. And the foam tape is great because it just rolls out. There's foam, just like our foam squares, but it rolls out and then you just cut it where you want it to end. And it's so fast, especially when you're doing titles like this. I love it because I've just done 2 rows of foam tape. I'm going to remove the backing. And now this will become my title, and see, now that pops a little bit more because it had a backing to it. And I'm going to just add the other little, so everything comes in the kit. And then I'm just going to maybe layer some of these balloons. Red, white, and blue balloons. And then a couple more stars. Okay, so this is page kit 7, all done. And look how fast that comes together. And that is why these are simple kits, and they are really have been very, very popular this year because they are so quick. Okay, so let's do a variation of that. So this is one variation that I did using some of our Creative Memories autumn collections. So you see I have the same idea here. We have the small strip, the 4-inch strip, the banner piece, and then the banners up at the upper left-hand side. Okay, so let's get started. Let's select a base paper. So I'm going to use for this variation, I'm just going to use a white base. Okay. Then we need to make the little piece that goes on the bottom. So this piece that goes on the bottom is 1 inch by 12 inch. And then the piece that goes above it is 4 inches by 12 inches. Right, so let's do those two first. So we need two 1 inch by 12 inches for the bottom. 1 inch by 12 inch for the bottom. Okay. Well, actually, we may not need to do that. We're going to use those 1 inches because that's the same paper that was your base. We're going to use those 1 inches for the banner section that's going to go up here. This way we're going to utilize the base and have that all work out. Okay, our bottom section here is going to be 4 inches by 12 inches, and we need two of those. 4 inches by 12 inches. We need two of those. I'm using Croptoberfest paper since it's still on my table from my, my collection class. Okay, 4 inches by 12 inches. All right, let's put those on our page. And they are going to go at the 1 inch mark from the bottom. Okay, so we're going to tape those down at 1 inch from the bottom on both pages. So when you have your 13 by 13 mat, you just line it up from side to side. You don't have to measure. What you have to make sure of, though, is that your base is perfectly centered on your 13 by 13 mat, which mine was not. And so I had one side a little more slanted than the other. Okay, there we go. All right, now the two 1 inch by 12 inches, what we're going to do is we're going to cut a 1/2 inch off the ends of both of them. So let's stack them together. This is our 1 inch by 12 inch, and we're just going to cut off a 1/2 inch. Just put it at your 1/2 inch mark. We're cutting off a 1/2 inch. And then we're going to cut into this to make a banner. So what we're going to do is with our micro tip scissor, we're going to cut into the bottom. I have both of these together, the bottom left, and just go into the middle, and then the top right, and I mean the bottom right and go into the middle, and then the top right and go into the middle. Okay, and now we have a nice banner. And we're going to put those banners, the banner itself is going to be facing on the outside. Okay, and those are going to overlap just a little bit. So let's make that at about 4 3/4. So it's just overlapping just a little bit over your 4-inch strip. And I can see exactly 4 3/4 on the left, 4 3/4 on the right. Make sure your banner pieces are facing outward. And 4 3/4 up. So the other side would really be like 8 3/4 up. Okay, so that's where we're building that part of the base. Now we want to get a sticker strip, and we're going to place it right between our bottom base and our first 4-inch strip. And that's to bring some color down to that base. So I'm going to use these nice bright pumpkins. And you want to just place it so that you're even from side to side. And they're covering, I think it just completes it when you have like a base page like that and you are just adding that strip. So now we brought some color all the way down. Okay, let's start with our banner on the upper left, and then we'll do our circle on the right. So the banner, when we did the banner with the page kits, these were all 2 inches wide. So let's get 3 strips that are 2 inches wide, and then we're going to cut them. We're going to make a banner, and then we're going to cut them to the heights that we need them. Okay, so our banners are all going to be 2 inches wide. So I'm selecting some coordinating papers that are going to go up at the top. And I think I want the middle banner to be the same pattern as this piece here. Okay, so let's cut the strips 2 inches first. So we need 3 2-inch strips. The biggest one is going to be 2 by 4. 2 by 4 is going to be your biggest strip, your biggest banner. Okay, so 2 by 4 is going to be the biggest one, the longest one. All right. Your next one is going to be 2 by 3 1/4. 2 by 3 1/4. And that's going to be your middle one. Inches. And then 3 1/4. This way we don't have to cut it off the top like we did the other one. Okay, and then the smallest one is going to be 2 by 2 1/2. 2 by 2 1/2. So 2 inches by 2 1/2. Okay, so this is what you have. So this is the 3 pieces that are going to make my banner. And now we're going to cut into them and make the banners. All right, the big one is 2 by 4. The second one is 2 by 3 1/4. and the small one is 2 by 2.5. Okay, and now I'm going to take each one individually. I'm going to put them the long way, so the 2 inches is going side to side. I have my long way here. I'm going to fold it over, and then I'm just going to take my scissors and cut from the bottom opening to the middle, and that just makes a banner. And I'm going to do that to all 3 pieces. So hold it the long way, fold the top over to the bottom, fold it, and cut from the bottom right just into the middle. They don't all have to be exactly the same. It's okay. Okay, so again, fold the top over to the bottom, cut from the bottom right and into the middle. Okay, so now we have our 3 banners. And we are ready to tape these onto our page. And then we'll place them. So our first banner is probably going to line up at the 1-inch mark. Okay, and then our second banner is probably going to be at about 8.5. The edge is going to be at 8.5 up here. And then the middle one just kind of eyeball it and go in the middle. Okay, so now we have, that's the banner that that I created for that one. Okay, now let's work on our left side because the left side had this big circle. So to make that big circle, we're going to select a paper that coordinates with all of this. And I'm actually going to use the truck's paper. And what we're going to need is our jumbo circle template. The jumbo circle template. Okay, and we're going to just place this right in the middle. Okay, and then we're going to use our red blade on the inside. Our red blade on the inside. So you have jumbo circle, red blade on the inside. Okay, and we're just cutting 1 full cut. Okay, and before you take it out, just make sure that it's all cut. Yep. Okay, and you can make another page with this piece that we've already cut. You can just put a piece underneath it. That makes a whole nother page. And if you want, you can just use your trucks, and that makes a fun page, and just put a couple of mats here with a title. So that when you cut it exactly in the middle like that, you can really use this outer frame for another page. So you'll have 3 pages instead of 2. So sometimes if you have a little whisker, these little things that stick out when you do your circles, no worries, just clip it with your scissor and it will come out. Okay, so now I'm going to place that jumbo circle in the middle of that page. Actually came out kind of cute. And that jumbo circle is going to go right in the middle of that page. And now all we have to do is add our 4 mats and decorate. So I'm going to select another um, piece that coordinates here. And you can, they have 4x6 mats, and you can either cut 4 or 5 of them. So it's really up to you how many mats you want to cut. You can cut 4 or 5 of them. I may not have enough of this scrap left to make 5, but I'm definitely going to do 4. So 4x6, 4 or 5 times. So you want to cut that at the 4-inch mark first. And then I'm going to open the arm and cut them at the 6-inch mark. Okay, and then very similar to our page, we're just going to add some mats here. Very similar to our page. And if you don't like the mats overlapping like this, you can certainly have them go this way. If you don't think your pictures are going to be up and down, you can certainly move your mats, you know, side to side. There's, you know, no right or wrong. You can move around these page kits any way that you want. Okay, so I'm just going to tape down the 4 mats. And then you can add any of your decorations that you want. I've already selected from that kit the truck can actually go up here if you want. And have another truck. I'm just going to put that truck here. The word special delivery here. Okay, and then on the other side, I think I'm just going to do a couple of the other trucks. Okay, and that is page kit number 7. And then to just complete this, what I usually do is I add some dots. I'm going to take your thicker tip pen, just some dots along the banners, probably around, a little bit around the, that circle and that truck. It just gives it a little bit of movement. And then I'm going to put some on the bottom here by my sticker border. And there you go. So there you have page kit 7. Tell me which one you like the best. This is Oktoberfest design. Then I have same design. I have autumn, using many of the Creative Memories autumn collections all together. And that's what I love about our products. It doesn't matter what year these autumn collections were from, but they all blend together. And then this is the original page kit number 7, which is the 4th of July. So thanks for joining me. My name is Bev DeBono. My YouTube channel is Bev DeBono Designs. I have a lot of videos up on my YouTube channel that are fast pages. And I hope to see you at another one of my workshops soon. If you're not working with a Creative Memories advisor, please order from my website. And if you are looking to join a team, I do support a national team of advisors, and I'd be wonderful to welcome you onto my team. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.